And a good morning and welcome to Gulfstream today. Brian Nadeau and Samantha Perry with you. It's a beautiful day here in Hollandale Beach, but if you're looking at us right off the bat, that means we are off the turf today. The main track's going to start off, as I believe, muddy and see a lot of rain. Well, we saw it yesterday, but a lot of rain again overnight. And early this morning. Summer here in South Florida, apparently.
We have gotten
we have gotten a lot of rain, but boy, I hope to see you out here today. This is the warmest day I feel like we've had in quite some time.
Yeah, I think I read on average it's 7 degrees more than the average in the past years. So there you have it.
You texted me last night, is it really going to be 84? And well, it is really 84.
It is 84, yeah.
Beautiful out here. We hope to see you out here kicking off a big weekend, and of course no bigger than the Rainbow Six on this 9-race card. Kicking off in race 4, look at that. There's the 3 for you now. $300,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee, and of course it'll be comfortably over that, and it's just building and building and building. Unfortunately, again, we're off the turf in the 3 races today. That tropical turf pick 3 will revert to the Tapeta. Samantha's got a ticket for that coming up. The pools have been so healthy here throughout the championship meet, as the early pick 5, none more so. So we'll take a look at my ticket now. Not much going on early today. Everything kind of stayed the same. I actually added a horse into this sequence to double it up to $12. When you double up from 6, you get to 12. So in race number 2, that off the turfer, I added the 1, but it is 6-1 is your order in there. Race number 3, the top pick is the 1 down inside, Reef Runner. Race number 4, the 4, Sharif Ali. We'll show you a replay there. And in race number 5, this is my best bet of the day. It is admittedly a bold one in a race where maybe a lot of people are going to spread. Well, I didn't want to go 5 or 6 deep. I like Awesome First. I will show you why.
I like that one a lot, too.
Yeah, there we go. All right, $12 ticket. We're usually okay when we're in tune, and maybe we are today. We'll kick things off in the opener. It's on the Tapeta, 5.5 now, 12.5 maiden claimers, 3-year-olds and up. We scratched the outside horse. That is the 8, Moby Warrior. Let's just start right off the rip here. We've talked about it time and time again. Rain can tighten up the Tapeta. It can speed it up. It can make it inside.
Yep, it can indeed. And yesterday I felt was a bit of a head scratcher trying to get a hold of it. But certainly in these sprints, Bingo was his name. Looks like the one to beat and catch.
Even money on the morning line, a horse that theoretically had a chance. The 8 is now out, and that's why when you look at the tote, you see 3 to 5 up there. And quite honestly, I'm not really sure, Samantha, a lot's going to change by post time.
I don't either. I think the rest of the field, this horse may not be that great, but the rest of the field is not either.
Well, I think that's a very, very good point. They're going to kind of meet in the middle here. He's clearly the best horse, though he is 0 for 6 with 4 seconds. Then you look at the rest. Where else you going in here? You've got the 5 in second. I've got him in third. Bolkin. Now, Antonio Sano. This was a weird one. Antonio, he's about 4% on debut. I know there was only 5 rivals. They pit this horse to 3-2.
I hadn't. We both said that. We looked at the race and we said, "What is happening here?"
Yeah.
And in hindsight, it really wasn't that strong. You tried to get First Shot Fired home the other day. Sir Banana Brian. I tried again, and but he moves up horses second, third, fourth out. He
does, and this horse did show a lot of speed. Now, interestingly enough, this horse was down on the inside that day. That was one of those days, very rare days. Rare was pretty good.
Exactly.
So,
and he still didn't.
And he still didn't do any running. I expect better today. You look at the work on January 5th, and it was pretty sharp.
Yeah.
And like you said, Antonio gets him going. I've got Krypton in second. I don't know. He's moving forward for Danny Hertek. I don't know how 5.5 is going to suit him. He better hustle early on, but clearly going to be a short price. Now, race 2 is off the turf here, unfortunately. We'll go a mile and a 16th for these 3-year-old fillies, $35,000 maiden claimers. The 2, My Girl Stormy, is out. Again, the beauty of the Tapeta keeps the field full intact, basically. Only a 30-1 long shot is out, and we'll take a look now. Let's go Tropical Turf / Tapeta, and then we'll go Samantha's early pick 4. She's up on both tickets.
I just have Tropical Turf today.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So this was my best bet on the grass, but I feel like this horse has some class. So we're gonna keep the 9. We'll get to it in just a second. Race 6. That's the next race in this sequence. I do have the 4 on top, Silent Heart, but I also have the other Brian Lynch trainee, and I added the number 2 in there as well. Race 8, the final leg of the Tropical Tapeta, pick 3. I do have Golden Ghost on top, as well as the 8 Agra. 8 was an add-in for me because that horse she was pretty good on the Tapeta last time out. So an $18 play for me, and this I felt was a tricky race to be off the grass.
Sure is, and wasn't that easy on the turf either.
No.
Maybe Roscoe Village, but now I'll tweet that early pick 4 out, as I've got that today in the next 2 days with Samantha taking those tickets. $3 base wager, 15% takeout for the Tropical Tapeta. Now pick 3 today, and the payoffs that we've been telling you time and time again
Huge.
have been astronomical in accordance to who's winning and what they're paying.
Yeah.
So get involved. The pool will still be healthy today. Listen, I don't blame you for taking a shot against Roscoe Village, and you'll go to the outside, which she takes cash. First time for Safi, New York bred, coming down after being with Dave Duggan up in Newark.
Well, we saw him do the same move with Dave Duggan last week. Safi had 2 in the race. This was the one that the one I'm referring to is the David Duggan horse he took over training, and they didn't bet the horse at all. This one I don't think will slip through the cracks here, and has that 2-turn experience. The Tapeta's the big question here, but in Safi we trust.
Well, that's a very, very good thing. I couldn't agree with you more. Listen, Roscoe Village is a horse to beat. Maiden special weight dropper, has quote-unquote fast figures. Didn't fire last time, but Makanga, who came out today because we're off the turf, is going places.
Yes, definitely.
I think for Liz Doble's an imaginary stable, so no disgrace. And this is the horse that chased her.
Right.
By the way, can she handle Tapeta? Well, she sprinted over it, and she did pretty darn good behind the escape room, who's okay. So what about the 1? No interest in 3 dots and a dash for DJ, Cassie, and Irad.
This horse did scratch the other week.
Right.
The works are okay. She's kind of a smaller Mendelssohn filly. I like the fact that she's going to go 2 turns, but I think that she's going to need an out.
Need one?
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see.
Remains to be seen. Tab the toad on a few of these, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, like that, you'd like to see her live taking money with IRAD for good connections.
Right.
Race number 3, 5.5 on the Tapeta. It's a state-bred 1X for the 3-year-olds here. It's a clean field of 6. We'll start it with you towards the outside. Zio Lorenzo is certainly, I would expect, going to like getting back sprinting.
Yes, definitely. That was a very big win on mid-October of last year on the Tapeta, and then the 2 turns just didn't play out well at all. But I'm just going to ignore that race. He's now back what he wants to be doing. Eddie Pliza, he's got some live bullets this weekend, so we're going to hope for a different turnaround here.
Yeah, I agree, and I think this is what he wants to do. Eddie took a shot, didn't quite work out. Let's go to the 1 Reef Runner now. We're down inside, a homebred for the Leblongs. Paco's down in there. Connections, Dave, and even the Leblongs, but Paco especially, have been firing here. Got to the Tapeta last time and blew way up.
Oh, that was impressive. And I remember I had said, this is the last horse we mentioned right before they went out onto the track. And I said, that's a quick work on December 3rd, but I didn't really like the way he did it. And I said tread lightly, and that horse just really put him to bed.
Well, he certainly looks like he likes the Tapeta.
Yes.
Now we're down on the inside. We're facing winners, and this group today is a month better than the group he just faced. So hopefully you get a square price here, because I think you need it. No prevent for you, huh? For the drop here for Brian Cohen.
No, I took against him, and I just watched the Armed Forces race earlier this morning, looking up a different horse, and he was really game. He got Freedom Principle just really dug him into the rail, and he fought on well, but I don't know. I get he's been running in tough races, but I don't know.
4 stakes and then an open behind Granmo the First, who's so good for Victor Barboza. Let's talk about the 6 quickly. General Ledger. Safi trying Tapeta for the first time. We can bring up a stat. This horse ran pretty big last time. It was a meltdown race in the pulpit, going 2 turns on the turf. He was pretty close and still stuck around. This is not all that flattering. Safi's about a quarter with basically everything he does, and you're seeing here, first time Tapeta sprints, but 15%.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting here. This horse was very impressive on debut, and then just on the dirt, average. I mean, that was a big figure against Saint No More, but Saint No More for Danny Pita we were kind of confused about. So I think it's if anything, a good outside post. Yeah,
I just kind of wonder, and I didn't ask Safi this, but if he's just trying to figure out what's going on with this horse, the turf was okay. dirt sprints now. He hasn't run that well, but
Yeah.
in his 2 starts back, we'll see what we get today on the Tapeta. Certainly opens doors if he handles it. 3 down, 6 to go here on a 9-race Friday card. When we come back, that Rainbow Six, $300,000 in the gross jackpot guarantee.
And they're off in the Pegasus World Cup. They're off in the Fountain of Youth Stays. And they're off in the Curlin Florida Derby. White Aborio almost home.
And Nyquist is still unbeaten. Orb and John Velasquez have won the Florida Derby.
Barbaro wins.
And there you have it. Northern Dancer will be the winner of the Florida Derby.
It's tradition. Every year, the stars gather for a spectacle. Stars of the racing world collide
What a sport! What a horse!
to cement their legacy in their quest for greatness. Bear witness as we raise the stakes and shatter the status quo. Watch as the brightest stars in fashion take the stage, and we forge unforgettable memories. Be part of this storied heritage. Revel in performances from the superstars of entertainment, and the unexpected awaits you at every turn. Join us in this unrivaling celebration, where champions ascend and legends are created. This is the Pegasus World Cup, where stars align.
And welcome back to Gulfstream today. Brian and Samantha with you. Beautiful Friday here at Gulfstream Park. We hope to see you out here. Rainbow Six on a 9-race card kicking off here in race number 4. $300,000 in your gross jackpot guarantee. Off the turf today, we'll start with a muddy and sealed main track, and we'll see how it weaves its way throughout the card. Very hot and very nice and steamy out here today. We'll take a look at my ticket. $57.60. For me, nothing real easy in here. 4 deep here. Here's the best bet, and like I said, it's an aggressive one with awesome first in race number 5. In race number 6, your top pick is the 3, double your money, turf, dirt, broken glass, Hollandale Beach Boulevard. Brian Lynch is a good guy to have in your corner. Race number 7, the 6, Southern Dream on top, and then a 4x4 late double. We wouldn't advocate playing that, but in the rainbow you can do it. Now this, not my long shot anymore. Parish Lane was my long shot on the turf. I still picked this horse on the Tapeta, but it's not going to be an official long shot because it was meant for turf in race number 9. The 2, Grace Candy, but boy, tread lightly there. I don't trust her one bit. 57.60 for me. Samantha, let's get into this race number 4 now. It's a starter optional claimer. We'll go a mile and 70 on the Tapeta. 3-year-olds in here. A field of 7, a strong favorite in the 4. But let's get to your top pick first. Whispering Sea is on the outside. Will route on the Tapeta for the first time for Mike Trombetta and Paco.
I don't think she would have a problem handling it at all. She's not a very big
Right.
filly. She tries really hard, just has that lighter frame to her. This is going to be her first time 2 turns on the Tapeta, which should help her. Her debut at Presque Isle was just not really that anything to write home about, but she found her footing going 2 turns here. She's drawn well to the outside, and she's been training well for the barn.
Yeah, she has, and Mike is off to a good start at the championship meet. Paco is Paco, doing everything right. They're all gonna have to beat the 4 Sharif Ali here for Mark Cassidy. IRAV. I'll show you the replay at Woodbine. This was going 6.5, so we'll get out to 2 turns today. An American Pharaoh out of an Uncle Mo mare. He's gonna be the 2 down here. You can see right away we break a little slow. The DJ Silks that we know so well. That's not gonna work out too well. And now gonna try to rush up in there, and that's that's not going to work out too well either. This horse wants to run, has nowhere to go. You can see him kind of climbing a little bit, maybe even a little bit rank. Right here now, he's going to really, really have to put on the brakes, and he's fighting the rider like heck here. IRAD is aboard. I have a feeling that if we break running today, IRAD's going to say, listen, I'm on the best horse. You can just come and run me down if you want.
Yeah, exactly. And you note in that race, the horse on the lead was the one who went gate to wire that day. So that makes a big difference here. This horse just looks like the winner in here. The reason I didn't put him on top was only because maybe he might need a race.
The Woodbine horses,
Woodbine horse. But I will say this. I feel like it's easier going from a Woodbine sprint to 2 turns here than a Woodbine sprint 1-turn sprint here on the Tapeta.
I was thinking that as you were saying it, because I couldn't agree with you more. You hear us talk time and time again how the Woodbine runners need to get acclimated. Right. I don't feel that's a thing when you're talking about sprint to route. When you're sprinting here and you're sprinting at Woodbine, it just couldn't be a different set of circumstances. Right. So I think Sharif Ali is in a good spot. We've got a little mutual interest in the 3, Fal Furious. Listen, for Todd Pletcher and Jose Ortiz, this horse was okay last time on the Tapeta and finally showed some signs of life.
Yeah, and the second place finisher there came back to win on the grass.
Yeah, Marcel.
And we liked that horse a lot. So that's a good sign that they're just going to leave him on the Tapeta here.
Indeed. Barkley tag on the turf the other day for Marceau. Race number 5 now, 1.70 again on the Tapeta. 12-5 maiden claimers in here. It's a scratch the 6, a long shot in Marvino. In the 8, Heartbeats Like Thunder. It is not an easy race to kick off the late pick 5. Let's see what Samantha's got for you.
Yeah, I've got my long shot here. Race 6, I was just going to leave one horse out. We're gambling here. I don't see the point in that, but I do have the 4 Silent Heart on top. It's a 6-horse field in race 6. Race number 7, I've got the 7 on top, Top Maverick. Pay attention to how the main track is, because I think some of these coming out of the muddy race might actually be okay. Race number 8, the 2 Golden Ghost on top for me, who was entered in the stake last weekend, and they just decided to keep him here. But now we'll try the Tapeta for the first time. And in race number 9, the finale, there's your single, the 4 Greek Mojo with Carlos David. We'll see how that one plays out. Back on the Tapeta, $36.
And race 7 is our first main track race, our only main track race today. So we'll see what happens with the track. The boys out there and everybody out there, Kenny and the crew, do such a good job, and that's a little bit of ways away with hot and warm weather here. So could be in a good spot by then. Let's start it out here now in race number 5. You said you like my horse a little bit, but you said you also have a long shot in here, and I'm not going to fight you on that either, because I don't trust anyone in here. I'm getting a price with my best bet. You're getting a price with your long shot, and that is the 10 Decisive Pride.
Yeah, he ran just a lot better last time under Junior Alvarado. Now Leno Reyes will get them out, and he's very good at timing these Tapeta races because he was here all summer running on them. And it was just such a big improvement. This horse I've tried to get home many times. I'm just never going to learn my lesson. But today could be the day for him.
Homebred for Ruben Sierra. Hey, Lionel and Ruben Sierra are 37% together. That's a 30-horse sample as well, so that's pretty darn good. That's 11 for 30, by the way. I think you had that right.
Way over my head here.
Best bet for me. Awesome first. Let's show you why. Take up the replay here. We haven't seen this horse since July 2nd. This is a first dude out of an Awesome Again mare trying to come through down here on the inside, and it's going to get tightened up. He's got some run. He's got nowhere to go. He's going to dive down inside late as well. I didn't think the rail was bad on this day, one of those kind of days, but it's never, in theory, a great spot to be. You can see he's stuck in quicksand a little bit down there. I don't really think he was too enamored trying to come through either, Samantha. But to his credit, he did do it. Look at the gallop out now. Ooh, she goes way out. We'll see what we get today. But he has got a pedigree that could do 3 laps around this place. And he's well drawn. Yeah,
the 2 races there on debut, it was it should have won the race, and then in that one too, I just put needs a new rider, and today we get one, so that's a good sign.
Yeah, Ivan Pimentel Jr. is aboard today, and you know, this horse should move up. Does he need a race? Well, what remains to be seen. The 4 Bandero, mutual interest. Rohan Crichton off the claim. That is the positive, and I have nothing against Luca Panici. We like Luca. He's done a great, does a good job. Mary quite contrary, rides her perfectly. I just thought, Rohan usually reaches for Irad or
Right.
Jose Ortiz, so we'll see what we get today. I know Luca, it's cool that he gives us Luca the mount back here.
Yeah, and blinkers come off, and you would think theoretically that the work on the Tapeta leading up to this race were with the blinkers off, and look at that.
Look at that.
Yeah.
58-2, Rohan Crichton 23% off the claim as well. Late pick 4 time, and I will tweet that out when the time comes. I promise you, we are off the turf in race number 6, so we'll go 5 furlongs on the Tapeta. It's an optional claimer for the 3-year-olds here. Only one scratch, that is a 6. Beneker is out. In Brian Lynch we trust, and you'll go to the favored Brian Lynch horse, and I've got the other one on top. Boy, Silent Heart was good here last time.
Yeah, I switched these this morning with the off the turf on the Tapeta.
Probably a good move.
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know. We both will come out on top if we play the exacta. Silent Heart was very impressive, winning last time. Just stalked the leader and just drew away like a good thing. I like the fact that this horse just likes the sprinting distance here. I don't want to see this horse on the lead. I want to see like second or third, or just kind of stalking here.
Right.
And I think he'll get that trip.
He will, because the one Esperon, who is crazy
Super
fast, and he's got Tapeta form as well. He was an unlucky DQ last time. I think it was the right DQ, but he was the best horse that day, no doubt about it. I'm just with the other Brian. Maybe I'm a little bit up against it today with double your money. We can show the replay last time. I think we needed this horse in our tropical turf pick 3. He was another one of these horses. This was the meltdown race. I actually talked about it earlier because General Ledger's in here as well. He was up chasing this hellacious is the only word to use. Hellacious pace in here. He actually comes through on the inside. He's going to win this race, and then he gets hit kind of by what was going on early, and he gets swooped by a ride by Irad, and then Reminder, who is coming through as well. A total meltdown race. The horses that finished 1, 2, 3 were 7, 8, 9, 8 at the pace call. You just saw it play out there. He's going to have to hustle on a really about face here at 5.
He will, but if they just blaze these early fractions, it's going to set up perfect for him. And the 10 horse in that replay, Totokayo, came back to win the Dania Beach, and that you see double your money ran every more step of the way than that horse did.
Yeah, he completely forgot to stop in the Dania Beach the other day at 13, 14 to 1. From there, it's kind of anyone. You get Sozi with the G with the circle, first time gelding.
This is a big move here, and the works on the Tapeta are good enough for me. At least we know that he handles it, and I'm not sure about this distance yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, I hope you do get 12 to 1 on him, because he is 12 to 1 in this race. They could bet him. I mean, he was a steam horse at Monmouth on debut. It's Paco, Lasix gelding. There's angles here, but he's slow at the end of the day. He's really got to move forward. Open lengths. Late pick 3 in race number 7, 6.5 on the main track. And again, just stick with us here. We'll let you know what's going on throughout the day. First main track race here. It's a maiden optional claimer at 6.5, 4-year-olds and up. The Florida breds do not have to be in for the tag. What is $40,000, and you go all the way to the outside. Top Maverick probably won't mind a track with some give to it.
No, but I was hoping that it would be fast, because
Really?
the fast dirt effort 2 starts back was I thought just watching the race a little bit better, because behind Classify was really good. But yeah, this horse, it wasn't a strong race, but guess what? You've got 3 of those runners coming out of the same race. So
yeah, and one of them is going to be the favorite in here. I just didn't want to pick Hay River.
Yeah.
You kind of seems like you really didn't want to pick Hay River. Southern Dream is a maiden special weight dropper. Southern Dream, I know we haven't seen him in a little bit. Boy, he has never seen a group like this.
No, this is, and you look at the 0 for 10, and that could be concerning, but look, this horse is so consistent underneath. Yeah. I thought he needs a little more ground. He's going to get an extra half furlong, which makes a big difference. People don't realize how big of a difference it can make, but he picks up ground late.
And he's got a good race over a sloppy track on July 7th, so he's not going to mind it. Hay River is what he is. He ran well in the slop last time. It's Carlos David. He does have upside.
Yes.
I don't know. I just don't necessarily trust him.
No, I don't either. And I thought the sloppy track really helped him. I was counting on a dry track today, so we'll see. If there's moisture, he should be okay in it.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the ones in here. It doesn't mean you have to take a short price. And like I said, I don't even have him favored. In this spot. Race 8 is off the Tapeta. We'll go a mile and off the turf. We'll go a mile and 16th on the Tapeta. 3-year-old fillies and an optional claimer. We scratch out the 3 Bourbon Breeze, the 6 Mojave Desert, the 9 Makanga came out, the 11 Dynamic Pricing is out, 14 Madness is out for DJ, the 13 Good Bright Flames draws in and will compete here. I didn't have to rework things, did you, with the 2 Golden Ghosts for DJ Stable?
Yeah, we thank you guys upstairs for really helping me out with this.
All
we had
right.
a few fat finger changes here. Golden Ghost, though, again, they were going to try this horse in the stake, the Dania Beach, but decided to go here, and that's a good move. Run through your conditions.
Sure.
This was a big race for this filly. Pardon me, last week it was the fillies division of the turf race, not the Dania. Forget, the name escapes me, but the race at Del Mar was good. This filly just kicked clear and ran very, very well. Just was a driving winner. The 3rd place finisher came back to win. It was a full field that day. I'm not saying it was a very talented field, but it was a full field, and she should handle the Tapeta, but that's the risk that we're taking here. But a lot of these have not handled it.
Well, you can see she it just looks in her form like she grew up a little bit from Saratoga.
Yes,
she
big
ran
time.
faster. It was a really good effort at Del Mar. We'll see what we get today, but you got Paco down there. Not a lot of speed in this race, especially with Makanga, Mojave Desert coming out. Don't be surprised if Paco takes the initiative. My long shot was Parish Lane. I don't have the same conviction on the Tapeta, but she has won. She won routing on debut for Michael Matz at our sister track at Laurel. That's easier said than done.
Yeah, it is. I wasn't really sure what to do with that last race because the running line says inside, blocked the 8th to the wire. Okay, yes, that was true. She was inside. Was she blocked?
No.
Yeah.
That's
was
why.
she running?
Right.
Not really. So
Right.
I don't really know. I mean, literally, she looked like she was just galloping.
Yeah.
I don't know. That was just a weird race.
Right, and that's why I didn't even bother to bring it up because I don't really think there was a lot
Right,
going
yeah.
on there. But she does seem to be on the improve, and Michael saddled a lot of live horses already here at the championship meet. We'll wrap it up in race number 9. 5 on the Tapeta, $8,000, 2 L's, fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. Everybody's here, a field of 8, and you go to the 4, Greek Mojo. Hopefully the drop or maybe the blinkers off wake her up.
Yeah, if we can get here, I think this is going to be a good one to be alive to.
Yeah.
I love the blinkers off move for this filly because she's had them on her whole career.
Yes.
So now you get them off. She does 0 for 4 on the Tapeta. That's not a great sign. But this is now with Carlos David.
Yeah.
And the race 2 starts back was decent
It
enough.
was
Yeah.
on the Tapeta,
On the
yeah.
Tapeta.
I chalked out with Grace Candy, dropping in half from 16 last time. Set the pace, flew a first quarter and 21 and 3, and I think that's probably going to bode pretty darn well today on a drop and on a Tapeta that's probably pretty tight.
Yeah, she's coming out of the Chloe's Toy race, and
Yep.
Chloe's Toy was kind of a similar runner as her in that race earlier this week on Wednesday. She's very speedy, but just couldn't see it through.
Yeah, she's so bearish. I just want to give her a quick
Yeah.
shout. I've got her in 4. She had a trip on January 4th, so she's back on quick rest, cutting back.
is.
That could help her. She could be a decent little price in here as well. So 9 of them for you on this Friday before we let you go. Excuse me, lightning round time, and you've got breakfast with your friends again tomorrow morning on something that's been very well received of late.
Yeah, it has. It's breakfast at Gulfstream, starts at 7:30. You can get a breakfast, watch the horses train, and then we've got a tram that takes you on a tour of the backside. This is every Saturday during the championship meet, but not on Pegasus and not on Florida Derby. As you can see, that weekend is excluded. So come out, come join us. It's very fun, and been good weather in the mornings as well.
Yeah, the humidity's down, and you can listen to her kind of talk about what goes on here at the track in the mornings. A lot of activity, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff that not everybody gets to see. So hopefully you can make it out there. The Tropical Turf Pick 3 reverts to the Tapeta today, but it's still regardless, a really, really good bet for the player.
Yeah, it is. And on races like today where there could be some big upsets. So if you want to take a few shots, today could be a good day to do it.
Coast to Coast, pick 5, comes back tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dollar minimum, 15% takeout. They did not hit it last week. That pool, I think the carryover to the following Sunday was $1.83. So you know right off the rip they are betting this.
They are, and the 3 races at Santa Anita, it's Calbred Stakes tomorrow. So very big fields. Of course, you've got our 2 from here that are solid races as well. So make sure to get involved. It's a fun wager to play. Very fun, actually. And my partner here hit it on Sunday.
I did, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I had
81 for $600.
Yeah,
It's
had
not
it
bad.
locked up in the last race.
Yeah, with the all ball.
Yeah,
But
missed
it was good.
21
2
to
singles
1
to start it off. Yeah.
21 to 1 got was I think DQ'd, right?
Yes.
Should have been. Best bet for you today?
My best bet is in the second race. Now this is off the grass, so
Yeah.
maybe tread a little lightly here with the 9. She takes cash.
I am in race 5. Awesome first down on the inside on the comeback, 5 to 1. So you get a little value
Yeah.
there.
You do.
Long shot.
It is Decisive Pride. Yep, 8 to 1.
Okay, in that same race. And you
Yep.
have my pick in second in there. I don't have a long shot today. I scratched out because of the turf, off the turf in race 8. But I will mention it was the 5 Parish Lane in that race, who still should be a square price, and no reason to think that maybe she won't handle the Tapeta. So that's it. We've got a 9-pack for you today. Pete Aiello is upstairs with the scratches and the changes. $300,000 in the Rainbow 6 kicking off in race 4. We are happy to have you aboard. Hey, hope to see you out here on a beautiful, beautiful day here at Gulfstream Park.